What if everything you thought you knew about the Lakers' championship window was about to change with one audacious trade that nobody saw coming? Buckle up, Lakers fans, because we're about to dive into the most intriguing three-team trade proposal that could transform Los Angeles from a star-heavy but depth-challenged team into an absolute championship juggernaut. This isn't just another wild trade idea floating around the internet. This is a meticulously crafted deal that addresses every single weakness that has haunted the purple and gold since their 2020 championship run. The best part? It's not just wishful thinking, it's actually feasible once the calendar flips to mid-October. Let's break down this blockbuster proposal that has analysts buzzing and Lakers fans dreaming of another banner. Los Angeles would acquire Dillon Brooks from Phoenix, Haywood Highsmith from Brooklyn, and Nick Richards also from Phoenix. In return, they'd send Hachimura and rookie Dalton Knecht to the Suns, along with significant draft compensation, while Maxi Kleber heads to Brooklyn with additional picks. This deal represents something revolutionary for the Lakers, a trade focused entirely on depth and balance rather than another superstar acquisition. After years of chasing big names and sacrificing role players, this proposal flips the script entirely. Instead of adding another alpha, they're building the kind of supporting cast that championship teams require. The timeline makes this even more intriguing. Brooks can't be traded until September 6th due to recent trade restrictions, while Highsmith becomes eligible on October 15th. This creates a perfect storm where all three teams can execute a deal that addresses their specific needs without salary cap complications or roster construction issues. Dillon Brooks arrives in Los Angeles with a reputation that precedes him. And for once, that's exactly what the Lakers need. His pest-like defensive intensity and playoff toughness represent the missing ingredient that could elevate their championship aspirations from hope to reality. Brooks isn't just another wing defender, he's a player who thrives in the biggest moments and never backs down from elite scorers. But here's what makes this acquisition brilliant. Brooks quietly had one of his most efficient offensive seasons last year, knocking down nearly 40% of his three-point attempts with Houston. That shooting efficiency, combined with his defensive prowess, creates the perfect complementary piece for a team already loaded with offensive firepower. Pairing Brooks with Marcus Smart would create one of the most intimidating defensive backcourts in NBA history. Opposing coaches would need antacids just thinking about game planning against that combination. Brooks averaged 14.0 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 1.7 assists last season while shooting 42.9% from the field. Those numbers might seem modest, but context matters. He was the defensive anchor on every team he played for. His $21.1 million salary for next season represents fair market value for a player of his caliber, and his four-year, $86 million contract provides stability without breaking the bank. Most importantly, Brooks brings playoff experience and the kind of edge that championship teams require when the stakes are highest. Haywood Highsmith and Nick Richards might not generate headlines, but they solve critical depth problems that have plagued the Lakers for years. Highsmith's versatility allows him to play power forward or even small ball center, providing the positional flexibility that modern NBA rotations demand. His 6.5 points and 3.4 rebounds per game might seem underwhelming, but his 38.2% three-point shooting makes him exactly the kind of floor-spacing big man that opens up the offense for stars like Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Richards brings something even more valuable: legitimate center depth behind DeAndre Ayton and Jackson Hayes. His 9.3 points and 8.2 rebounds per game demonstrate consistent production, while his ability to run the floor fits perfectly with the Lakers' pace and space philosophy. Having three reliable centers allows the Lakers to survive injuries and maintain their identity regardless of matchups. Both players are on expiring contracts, which aligns perfectly with the Lakers' long-term salary cap strategy. They get immediate production without long-term financial commitments, maintaining flexibility for future moves while addressing present needs. The Suns' motivation for this deal becomes clear when you examine their recent struggles with the Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal triumvirate. That experiment fell short of expectations, forcing Phoenix to reconsider their approach to roster construction. This trade represents a strategic pivot toward building sustainable depth rather than top-heavy star power. Hachimura provides the Suns with immediate value and untapped potential. His 13.1 points and 5.0 rebounds per game, combined with over 50% field goal shooting and 41% three-point accuracy, represent the kind of efficient production that modern offenses require. In Phoenix, removed from the pressure of playing alongside multiple superstars, Hachimura could finally realize his full potential. Dalton Knecht adds another dimension to Phoenix's future planning. Despite a quiet summer league performance, he remains a highly regarded young shooter who averaged 9.1 points as a rookie while shooting 37.6% from beyond the arc. His development timeline aligns perfectly with the Suns' transition period. The draft compensation sweetens the deal significantly. 2 future first-round picks provide Phoenix with the flexibility to either build through the draft or package those assets for future trades. This approach gives them options rather than locking them into expensive veteran contracts. The Nets' participation demonstrates the value of strategic patience in NBA roster construction. By absorbing Maxi Kleber's $11 million expiring contract, they collect 2 second-round picks while helping facilitate a deal that benefits the other participants. Kleber's limited production, just 3.0 points and 2.8 rebounds in 34 games due to injury, makes him a salary placeholder rather than a meaningful contributor. Brooklyn's willingness to act as a facilitator reflects their current rebuilding phase and abundant salary cap space. They're essentially monetizing their flexibility, turning dead roster spots into future assets. The 2026 and 2032 second-round picks might seem insignificant, but savvy organizations understand that draft capital always has value in future negotiations. If Brooklyn demands additional compensation, the Lakers could consider adding a heavily protected first-round pick to close the deal. Given the potential impact on their championship chances, such additional investment would be worthwhile. This trade proposal addresses the fundamental flaw that has prevented the Lakers from serious championship contention: lack of reliable depth. Star power alone doesn't win championships, balanced rosters do. The 2020 Lakers succeeded because they had quality role players who could contribute in playoff situations. Since then, they've struggled to replicate that formula. Brooks, Highsmith, and Richards represent exactly the kind of supporting cast that elevates superstars. They provide defensive intensity, shooting efficiency, and positional versatility without requiring significant offensive touches. This allows Luka and LeBron to focus on what they do best while knowing their supporting cast can handle their responsibilities. The defensive transformation would be particularly dramatic. Adding Brooks to a lineup already featuring Marcus Smart creates multiple elite defenders who can switch assignments and apply constant pressure. Opposing offenses would struggle to find favorable matchups anywhere on the court. Beyond basketball fit, this deal represents shrewd salary cap management. By acquiring players on expiring contracts and reasonable long-term deals, the Lakers maintain future flexibility while addressing immediate needs. They avoid the trap of trading for expensive veterans who might become albatross contracts later. The draft compensation required is significant, but reasonable given the potential return. 2 future first-round picks represent the price of championship contention, and teams with legitimate title hopes should be willing to pay that cost. The Lakers' championship window with LeBron and Luka demands aggressive action rather than conservative asset protection. This trade wouldn't just improve the Lakers, it would shift the entire Western Conference power structure. A Lakers team with legitimate depth suddenly becomes the favorite to emerge from the West, putting pressure on teams like Denver, Phoenix, and Golden State to make their own aggressive moves. The ripple effects would be felt throughout the league as other contenders recognize they need to match the Lakers' improved roster construction. This could trigger a cascade of additional trades as teams scramble to keep pace with Los Angeles' enhanced championship odds. Everything about this trade proposal aligns perfectly The salary cap implications work for all parties. The basketball fit addresses specific needs, and the timing allows for proper execution without rushing decisions. The Lakers have the opportunity to complete their championship puzzle without sacrificing their future flexibility. The question isn't whether this trade makes sense, it's whether all three organizations have the vision to execute a deal that benefits everyone involved. For the Lakers, this represents their best chance to maximize their championship window while stars like LeBron and Luka are still in their prime. This three-team blockbuster could be the move that finally puts the Lakers over the top. Do you think they should pull the trigger on this deal, or are they giving up too much for role players? The championship implications are massive. So drop your thoughts on whether this trade makes the Lakers instant title favorites, and smash that like button if you want to see more trade breakdowns that could reshape the entire NBA landscape.